It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC East foes. It's the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
On a warm, late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, these Giants seem to be a team on the improve. They won their first playoff game since Super Bowl 46 last year. Now, what needs to happen to take that next step?
They just need to continue to amass talent, get those guys going, and become contributors. And on the offensive side of the ball, become much more explosive in the passing game.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders, this is a team that many think could be the fourth best in the NFC East, but they've got a pretty strong defense that's going to probably keep them in some ball games.
Their investment in talent has certainly paid off. Number 4 against the pass a season ago. Number 4 overall in total defense. Nothing to shake a stick at. If they get good quarterback play, look out.
The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for his start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
Howell got the nod from Commanders leadership to be the team's starter this year. A nice bump for last year's 5th-round pick. One start as a rookie and didn't look bad at all, winning the team's finale. And let's not forget, this is a guy who was once viewed as a first-round pick, so there's plenty of promise hidden beneath the surface.
Now they go play action with Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Gibson here running out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that takes us from second to third down. They'll run with Gibson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Second down, Howell back to pass. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows them to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Hal, he'll look to throw it. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and can you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. A very lengthy opening drive as this will be play number 12 coming on 3rd and goal. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas from 4 yards out. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done. And on the opening drive of the game.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Giants ready to go now on offense. And under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
Playing for his Giants career, Jones' best season as a starter didn't come with huge numbers as a passer. He was just the guy his team needed him to be, someone who could threaten the defense throwing it, and especially as a runner.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
It's showtime, baby. Let's get something going.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I know at times today's NFL sure feels like everything's about the guy throwing the football, but when you've got a guy who can run it and move it and gain this type of yardage, you'll take him each and every time.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle is made at Washington's 22-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Gano's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. First down, Howell to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10, Howell. The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. That's taken on the 25. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Throwing, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Dax Milne deep for Washington. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Second down throw for Howell. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
The former first-rounder put it all together in 2022 with career highs across the board and cemented himself as one of the faces of the Giants' defense after an all-pro season.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Third and long, here's Howell. And he's going to go down again. Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
Ojulari continuing to look like a real presence for the Giants. 5.5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles in only 7 games in 2022. Let's see what the pace looks like for him if he's able to avoid the injury bug.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And New York set to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the draw, this is Barkley.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
The defense was dialed into the pass. They overlooked the draw play.
And how often do we talk about the oldies are still goodies? Because that draw play comes straight from Coach Paul Brown's playbook, going all the way back to the original Cleveland Browns.
Jones on first down.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Jones now on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown. Giants. Darius Slayton from 10 yards out, and the Giants have taken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders
at their own 21.
And they're going to motion Dotson to the left. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd and a couple. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Now Howell.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. Howell now to throw it. Quick slant, Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8. On the counter, Gibson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Howell.
Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Washington ready to try again on offense. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Powell's throw into the hands of McLaurin.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Powell. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Powell out of the shotgun.
And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41.
A handoff for Gibson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Gibson with the solid pickup there, and the Commanders love using his ability in a variety of roles. Led the team with almost 1,400 all-purpose yards in 2022. He can run it and catch it out of the backfield.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football. He's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
Now a 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders have retaken the lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Sly on for the extra point.
And that makes it 14-10. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And from his end zone, here's Gary Brightwell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. New York's offense back out there and set to go.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football, and getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Here's Jones throwing on first down.
Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Washington on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Once again, we got to get guys. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun.
So from the 37, here's second down and 1. They'll go play action. Howell. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
Now throwing on first down here. This to McLaurin out on the left side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Howell to throw on second down. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Flush to his right. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Howell, he'll look to throw it. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jones. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Jones. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, a short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 46, here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. A 1st down carry for Barkley. He'll take this to the 46. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Let's go, baby.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Let's do this, man.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he will have a Giants first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Jones on 1st and 10. And his pass incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard from 19 yards away. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Gano the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Powell's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
Second and 7. Now Howell.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 4.
from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone, and they hit him for the completion for the first down.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. A look at Sterling Shepard as he and this offense gets set to go again. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Shifts by him. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
That's the Chase Young we all saw coming out of Ohio State, and no one's questioning the potential of the 2020 Rookie of the Year. The key for him, staying on the field. Health makes this a crucial year for his future in D.C.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Second down, Howell now.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Howell. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Dig down deep.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Jones.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
Jones now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
So here's a 3rd and 14. 3rd and long. Here's Howell.
Being chased out left. And down he'll go at the 25. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. It's taken to the 26. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And New York set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game, 1st and 10 here.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Cameron Curl up to make the tackle.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one, 28 yards on the ground. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Off the play fake. Jones rolling to his right.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the 1st down.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely 3rd down pass.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. On 3rd down, Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Washington offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That one caught by the tight end Bates. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Howell down to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw, Howell. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Off play action. It's Howell. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Another throw for Howell. And throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Second and 10.
To throw again, Jones. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that 1st after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
Here's a give to Barkley. Oh, able to avoid him. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
155 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No 1st down.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They they stop him a few yards shy. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty.
And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders.
At their own 43.
Hal, he'll look to throw it. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. A give up the middle to Gibson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
This time they'll throw it with Howell.
His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down.
And Howell will throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. Third down. Out of the gun, it's Howell. That is caught, and he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you, the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Howell to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the fourth.
Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So now Jones and the Giants down 21-20. A little over a minute and a half remaining. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on first down. To throw is Jones. Pass complete to Shepard. And he's knocked to the turf right there at the 46-yard line.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Here's 1st and 10. Jones. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Jones. Campbell making the catch. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Here now, 3rd down. Here's Jones. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. Powell going to go down to a knee, and that should just about wrap this up. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.